How do we make Nigeria the medical tourism destination in Africa?
Thank you, Dr. Dayo, and it's a pleasure to be here in Nigeria again. And like you said, we opened our branch, Overseas Medical Care Assistance, Nigeria, and the mission is to make reverse medical tourism. Yes, the world is changing, and the healthcare in Africa is changing. It's a reality. Why? Because we have open access to the world-class hospital around the world. And what we have to do is to bring this expertise here in Nigeria to bring our local surgeon, local people to have experience what they are having outside African region. And the main goal is to develop Africa. To develop Africa, there must be collaboration between aviation. There will be collaboration between the ministry and between private sectors. And with that, and the strategies of being one Africa is to be able to make the change. Healthcare or medical tourism is possible in Nigeria. We can take example of AMC, a new hospital that's built here recently.
$200 million.
Investment. That is the future of Nigeria. That is the future of healthcare. If we think, no, we won't be able to invest in healthcare, let's wait. Our patient will keep on traveling abroad. So what we have to do is we keep on facilitating the investors for healthcare, make it easy for them. Let me take example, India. We have an office in India also. We have a medical guest house in India. You go to Chennai, hundreds of hospitals. All these hospitals have robotic surgeries. We go to Bangalore, top-class hospital, investment, past 5 years. Big people from Dubai, from Saudi Arabia, they're coming to invest in Indian healthcare. We go to Delhi, the capital of India, huge amount of hospital. We talk about the big brand, Fortis, Apollo, Park Group Hospital, Astor Hospital. They are investing in India because they have created the market of people to travel and have treatment in the country. It is a business, but it is a business also for the country. It's a business where our population, African population, will be able to have access to world-class treatment. Today morning, I was at AMC because we have placed a hotline machine over there and we're distributor for the machine. And we are happy that the surgeons are here and surgery is being done here. So which means reverse medical tourism is already started in Nigeria. And we are proud to say that yes, Nigeria is a way forward to change the healthcare system for the global or African continent. And this is, again, I will say, a reality for the African continent. Healthcare industries making Africa, Nigeria, one of the leading medical hub will need the aviation support. Like we said, ecosystem. The word ecosystem is very big. If we're able to implement this ecosystem where we're facilitating the facilitators or people who's bringing patients to the other countries or to Nigeria, we bring protocols. It's easy for the patient to have visa. It's easy for the patient to have access to tarmac. It's easy for the patients to have a stretcher in the commercial flight. Easy access for the patient with aviation that we have here, local and also international, like Ethiopian Airlines, which is connected to Nigeria. This is the future of making Africa, let's say Africa and Nigeria as a hub, because we have finance here. We have people who will be able to invest here. And this is the way where I think personally that we all have to put hands together and make it beautiful with the support of aviation industry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Taslim. I read a study that says for every $10,000 that a medical tourist spends, about 20% of it goes to aviation, 80% goes to healthcare, which means healthcare is actually a force multiplier for the aviation industry, translating more spend, more revenue. And Rwanda discovered this, and today Rwanda has a medical tourism tax. For every medical tourist, there's a tax that is taken, and that is actually funding healthcare for the development of infrastructure and the local people. And I would like to challenge the leadership to consider this for Nigeria. And I'll come to you again, Dr. Shitu, as our leading regulator for medical transport. What steps should we expect, or what ideas would you like to throw out for the development of medical transport? Nigeria has a robust aviation industry over 100 years. It's nothing new to us, but as we go into the next 100 years, what ideas should we expect for the development of medical transport in Nigeria?
Thank you very much, Dr. Shilo, for the question. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, you sometimes talk of bed to bed. And bed to bed means you are transporting a patient from a hospital, the aircraft, whether helicopter to the international airport or the aircraft to transport you to another country, have to be in good shape. And as we speak, I know that some organizations and some airlines have made applications to the NCAA to be able to study the aircraft and see how they can be retrofitted for ill passenger transportation. So that is where the NCAA would come in. They will work with those airlines, their engineers, and then our own airworthiness and other directories that are concerned in those specific areas, and see that these things meet international standard for air transportation of ill patients. The aeromedical standards will come in to see and regulate that qualified personnel would accompany these ill patients, and that there's enough medical equipment on board with a checklist that would support ill patients flying across and coming into Nigeria. And when I say bed to bed, it does not just concern just the doctors and the pilots or crew. And those are minimums, and those are minimum standards. So NCA could even go a step or more higher to make sure that medical tourism into Nigeria is protected. And like someone had said, it has a multiplier effect. There will be hospitality businesses, hotels will benefit from people accompanying. Tourism and culture sector could also benefit, because when these ill patients come in, they would also want to explore. Even their people accompanying them will probably want to see our cultural heritage and places of interest. But NCA's role will purely be regulating the aircrafts or having an oversight function, because some of them may not be Nigerian registered aircraft, and also checking on board to see that they have enough equipment to support these ill patients, and enough and well-qualified personnel who would make sure the conditions of these ill patients are not exacerbated.
Great question. I think, first of all, we cannot build on a shaky foundation. So I think we need to have reform, healthcare reform, that solidifies our foundation first. So what are the things that we need to think about? As we already talked about and Dr. Shitu mentioned, primary care is the gateway to healthcare. So first things first, let's make sure that we make basic things available. As we all know, health is wealth. So without health, there's nothing else we can do. So let's have that as a focus to make sure primary care is available.